Friends, I'm Ashish Shukla and you're watching Deep Knowledge. Recently we made a video on Brahmacharya, what is the process of Brahmacharya and why it is considered so important in the culture of India. It is not exactly what it is known for. What you understand is not exactly what it is. You know, Brahmacharya, the process of Brahmacharya is the complete transformation of your energy going away from sexual urge into something that is not sexual. It has been nowadays, in a recent days, there is a new term called as NoFap. NoFap means not getting yourself pleasure through masturbation, porn, or anything that gives you instant pleasure. You know, there are two ways of getting pleasure in life. One is when you work hard for something. For example, if you are studying for examination or you are building your body, you go to a gym, or you are trying to build up a business or something like that. So you have to really work hard. You have to put days and months and years of efforts, and then you get some little reward. But when you open up your laptop, when you open up your book magazine, and you see a female without clothes, and then you can play with your body, this is an instant pleasure. For instant pleasure, you don't have to really work hard. But there is a downside of instant pleasure, and that is you are sucked, you are gone, your energy is completely lost into the physical pleasures. And if you are able to understand the process of Brahmacharya, you will see that in the second way, that is Brahmacharya's way of getting pleasure, is finding out a bigger purpose in life and getting pleasure in that. For example, I'm completely immersed into my channel nowadays. Most of my time goes into research and finding out what I can talk and how can I make this channel better and how can I help the children or people who are watching these videos. And my mind is so engorged into this that I enjoy this, but at the same time I also get pleasure and I develop into something better. And this is a very indirect way of understanding Brahmacharya, because Brahmacharya is not exactly fighting with your sexual urges. You should never fight with your sexual urge. If you try to fight with sexual urge, it will lead to perversions. You know, there are so many different kinds of sexual perversions and other perversions. For example, alcoholism or smoking, these are just perversions. People want to have some pleasures, but they don't know the right means, right ways, and then they get caught into trying to stop your pleasures, for example, masturbations and things like that. But if you try to fight, you try to control your sexual urge, it kills you back. So you have to learn an indirect method to control. And what is the best indirect method? Is to find out something that you find purpose, that you enjoy. I remember when I was in my MBBS second year, third year, I started liking to read philosophy books by Osho, by Krishnamurti and other philosophers. I don't know why I used to read them the whole night, sometimes till morning. I used to enjoy that. I used to get money, little pocket money from my parents, and I used to go and instead of buying my a cloth, a shirt, or a new jeans or a new mobile phone, I used to go and buy a new book. And that developed into a kind of passion. And the more I understood, the more I want to explain. So nowadays I'm talking to you because of that little small trials, small things that I tried, and I got pleasure in that. So if you can find out small ways to find out pleasures which is not direct, instant, I'll tell you a few things that you should be stopping, not for many days, but at least try to stop it for a few days, maybe for 1 week or 30 days. Even if you try it for 1 or 2 days, that will give you a taste of it. Try to be away from your porn sites for 2 days or 3 days or 4 days. And if you are able to do that, pat yourself, tell yourself, great. Try to, be away from tasty burgers and chocolates that you love. They will give you instant pleasure, but I told you, if you can enjoy controlling them. In the process of controlling, this is the most important thing, the process of enjoying the control. People who are able to build up strong organizations or a strong body, they don't have much difference. They both learn or enjoy the process of control. The one is able to enjoy the process of controlling his physical muscles on the machines, on the weight, and the other is able to enjoy the process of controlling his behavior with his team, with his employees, with his company. You have to enjoy the process of controlling yourself before you try to enjoy controlling others. And once you start enjoying that, the process of controlling your own physical body's urges. And how to do that? Walks. Take daily walks in the woods, the place. That is why today I came to this place that is so less polluted. There are not much people here. It is just outskirts my house. My house is hardly 2 kilometers away from here. But this place has the same joy, the same pleasure that I get from chocolates or a burger. So, Brahmacharya. In the ancient days, the rishis and the munis, they did not fight with their sexuality to know God. They started seeing the difference in the quality of their thoughts, in the amount of regulation they used to see in their emotions. People, you'll see yourself, if you're able to control your sexuality for 20 days or 30 days, and you are talking to someone, your wife or your kids or somebody, some colleague, and then you will see that you are able to control or be calm with them. Your emotional urges, your irritations are not able to irritate you so often. Just try this out for some days. It's like a tree which gets its nourishment from one source of water, that is you getting your pleasure from sexuality or instant pleasures, and then you try no fap, there is no porn, no instant pleasures for 10 days or 20 days, and you will see the difference. If you observe, you will see the difference in your thought processes, in your emotional higher self. You will see that the kind of thoughts that you get are so less negative. I will not say they are very positive, but you will see the absence of negativity in them. The stress will be much less. The daily, when thought comes, the emotion comes, they grip you, they hold you, they keep you to the ground, they don't let you do anything. But that is not because of these emotions. It is because your body is so weak with the process of your instant pleasures. If you are able to withhold your masturbation for 7 days, just for 7 days, I am telling you. And it should be not somebody else telling you, not because I am telling you. It has to be your own desire to play with it. Haven't you seen when you play a game, if somebody else tells you that you have to practice, it irritates. But when you try to practice for 10 days, 20 days, you become better. Only when you are experimenting with these things will it work. So play with with these things just for 10 days. Don't go into sexuality. Don't go into any kind of instant pleasures. Like don't eat less sugary foods. Just for 10 days, 20 days, and see the difference in your own control on your own self. Your own control on the relationship that you have with your friends. And slowly you will get addicted to regulating yourself. The rishis, when they found out that they are able to get so much of control on their own self, they coined a new term. They brought this new term called as Brahmacharya. They said that it is possible to live like a god. Brahma means God. And Charya, that is Acharya, is the nature of God. Haven't you seen the nature is so full, always full of energy? So rishis found out that you can remain without going into sexual relationship for years, for decades. Indian Shiva, the god of Shiva, there is something called we have seen Shiv Linga. Linga is the penis of Lord Shiva, which is always erect, which means that it doesn't ejaculate, it just remains erect. Lord Shiva is in complete control of his sexuality. It doesn't mean that he is lost in sexuality. It means that he is able to control it. But the process of control, as I said, is completely indirect. You can control your sexuality, but only by finding out a different means of it, of finding out the joy of some other way. So try to play with your body, your emotions. And the way to play is withholding for a few days. Maybe for one day, just don't go no fab day. Just give a no fab day for one day. And tell yourself, great, good, go and enjoy. And then again try for 2 days. And then after some days try for 4 days, 5 days. If you're able to do this, you'll see, you'll not be able to believe that you are the same person who used to suffer. You will be a different man. You will be the brahmachari. It is not those people who are in the ashrams and they are dejected moods. They are all selfless, energyless people. They are not the real brahmacharis. The real brahmacharis are who are living in the family, who are working in organizations, and they are able to control. Lord Buddha used to say the real king is the one who is able to control not his warriors but his own emotions and his thoughts and his body. So actually, according to me, brahmachari is the real warrior. The warrior which he is able to fight with his own negativities. But let me repeat again, negativity cannot be fought directly. It has to be completely indirect. So go and experiment with your body. And how to experiment? Withhold for 10 days, 2 days, 4 days. And it can be a single. It is not like a fast, or it is not like a vow that you won't. It is like a businessman, like Jeff Bezos, who says that it has to be your experiments, your new venture has to be with the attitude that you should be willing to fail. So every time you try to withhold your passion, you withhold your sexuality for 1 or 2 days, be willing to fail. If you fail, it doesn't mean that you have lost. It means that you tried at least. Hundreds of times you will fail. Haven't you seen a small baby that who learns to walk? How many times it fails? So when you start your journey on the way to brahmacharya, that is learning the way of Brahma, that is Lord God or life, you will fail hundreds of times, thousands of times. So you have to be willing to fail. You don't have to feel dejected about being failed. Being dejected is again getting yourself lost into negativity. Fail, as when you fail in your games, when you fail in your gym, when you fail in your anything that you fail, it's a joy. You are just experimenting. So all your effort has to be plus, that is, you have to allow yourself to fail. If you don't allow yourself to fail, you will not try, you will be afraid, and then you will not succeed. So do let me know, how was your experience after 10 days of no fap or 1 day of no fap? I would like to know. Thank you.